Okay, so this is a strengthener above. Okay, so every fall, the crotons, some kind of bird migrates south. Okay, the jays always join crookbeaks. Okay, so crookbeaks with which they share the same summer and winter territories. So every fall they migrate south and they join flocks of migrating crookbeaks with which they share summer and winter. Summer, winter. Okay, so fall is between the two. If jays became separated from crookbeaks, okay, it is a company. It wanders until it comes across another flock of crookbeaks. Okay, that's amazing. Why not going towards the same flock? I don't know. But can I use, okay. Clearly, this is the conclusion. This is tough. This must be a weird conclusion. Clearly, therefore, jays, the therefore, crotons, therefore, jays lack the navigation to find their way south on their own. So I'm just gonna, they join crookbeaks. If get lost, they again join another. That's the conclusion is because of this activity, they can't flock, they can't migrate on their own. Can't migrate on their own south. But maybe they're joining the crookbeaks, maybe because they realize that the crookbeaks know where all the food is or something. All of that assumptions have to be false. That the only reason that they're doing this is because of navigation. Maybe they're following the crookbeaks because the crookbeaks know where all the food is. Maybe they're following the crookbeaks because maybe the crookbeaks know where all the water is, or where the predators are not there, and they're just following. Or maybe they know where to. Maybe they can. Crookbeaks and crotons can share things like having kids, and maybe those two birds can help each other or something. It's all of these things have to be false. I think that's what I'm looking at. Uh-huh. Jays lay their eggs in the nest of crookbeaks, which breed upon completing their southern. I'm looking to strengthen that it has to be only for migration. Crotons lay their eggs in the nest of crookbeaks, which breed. So this is telling me that maybe crotons are following crookbeaks because they're hoping that the crookbeaks will do croton jays' work, which is take care of jays' eggs. You know, they may, this is actually weakening because this is maybe telling me that actually the reason why the jays are following the crookbeaks is because they can lay their eggs in crookbeaks' nests rather than navigation. They're hoping that they can, spread the work to be done. So this is a weak now. I'm going to call this weak now. The three species most related to crookbeaks do not migrate at all. Okay, they don't migrate at all. So, I mean, thank you for the FYI, but I don't think this has anything to do with proving this. I mean, thank you for the FYI, but I don't know. In the spring, okay, so we're no longer talking about fall. Migrate north in the company of warblers. Okay, so how does this help me with regards to the fall? I mean, maybe in the spring they're following the warblers because they have no choice. Maybe the warblers can navigate. Whereas in this fall, maybe they're just joining the crotons to share responsibilities for pregnancy. So I don't think this has anything to do with this is talking about the fall, whereas this is in the spring. I will do D. Species other than croton occasionally accompany flocks of migrating crookbeaks. So I would personally select E, but let's just go through it. In the spring, migrate north before crotons. So this is telling me that crookbeaks first do the migration and they just follow along. I think this could maybe help because this is telling me that these guys first start and the croton jays just follow behind them essentially, like, you know. But this is in the spring. I think at this point I would select E because my 2 minutes are up, but that's the reason why I selected. This certainly is a weak no, because this is telling me that they follow the crookbeaks to share responsibilities. They're hoping that they can just lay their eggs. Crotons is just hoping that they can lay crotons' eggs in crookbeaks' nests. So that's a reason why to follow them, not navigation, but to palm off work to crookbeaks. Most closely related to crookbeaks do not migrate at all. So what? In the spring, migrate north in the company. This could also, it's between C and E. I guess they migrate north in the company of warblers, but I don't know. Other than crotons, occasionally accompany flocks. Occasionally, I think it's E in the spring, but this is in the spring. So I would select E because it's, I guess, the only option at this point, but I am concerned about this in the spring. So I would select E. Thank you.